let's what I'm about to say. So if I was a new filmmaker or a videographer and all, right? Just getting into it and what advice would you actually give me and like if I'm trying to get into
To
filmmaking and
just
videography?
practice, to just start, to just pick up your phone, and please don't start out buying thousands of dollars of equipment and cameras and all. Just start with your phone. Start taking pictures, start taking video. You can edit on your phone using Canva and other apps. So just get started and practice, and don't think that you got to buy $1,000 classes, because a lot of stuff is on YouTube. Like
Hmm.
when you want to edit something, or you're thinking of how you want to set up your lighting or doing your shots. Like a lot of times, I just go on YouTube.
Hmm.
So just start, and you'll see your work get progressively better. Like even though I've been doing this for a minute now, I can even see where, because I keep doing it, I get better. For instance,
Hmm.
when I first started the job I am now, I wasn't that good in Adobe, what is it, Premiere Pro. I wasn't that good in it. But
Hmm.
as I keep working and testing out stuff and just playing around, I'm learning things. I'm memorizing keyword and things like that.
Hmm.
Even I would say I love CapCut 1,000 times better. And free. They're free-ish because you can do their $9 a month
Hmm.
subscription, which is a lot better than Adobe in that 89, 99, however
Hmm.
much it is a month. But it's easy to navigate. It's beginner friendly. There are a lot of tutorials. That's another thing I would tell. Use your tutorials. Don't feel bad if you have to look something up, because I guarantee you other people don't know it right off the bat. Your client don't know that you don't know. And
Right, right.
never tell your client you don't know how to do something. If they ask you how to do something and you don't know, say, okay, that's interesting. I've heard of that before. We can look more into that. I'm familiar with it, or something like that. Don't never say, oh, I don't know. Because then they're gonna say, well, what am I paying you for if you don't know? So
Right.
I'm dead. Like I was working with this black girl. She's really, really cool. And we were working on something, and I was like, well, I don't really know the answer to that. And she was like, don't ever tell anybody that you don't know and they're paying you. Just say, oh, okay, I'm familiar with that. Let me refresh and look more into it, kind of refresh my memory on it, and then we can try it. And go look up the tutorial on YouTube, because I promise you it's there. And if you
So
can't find it on YouTube, you can find it on TikTok.
right,
Boom.
right, right. So if you can go back, right, I ask everybody on this podcast the same question. If you can go back at the age of, let's say, 15 or so, what advice would you give your 15-year-old self?
I would tell my 15-year-old self to take the Mail Mania course and to really pay attention in your photo editing class, your Adobe Suite classes, because you're gonna be using it. You're gonna be using it a whole lot more than you expect. So,
Mhm.
and I guess like some real advice would be, don't let other people take your voice. I had a
Mm.
situation when I was in college, and I tell the story not a lot, but I was interning at a news station, and I was talking about what's life gonna be like post grad. I know I want to work at a news station or CNN or doing some sports journalism. And the person told me, you talk a little too country. Unless you change your voice or work on that accent, you're not gonna get a job. And that
Mm-hmm.
is really what stopped me for a little while, not pursuing any jobs in front of the camera, going into library work and just not
Mm-hmm.
using my degree. Even when I started back doing my work, and what's so crazy is when I started back and I was doing the story times on green screen.
Mm-hmm.
My story times had the highest viewers, had the most engagement, comments. People like, I love how she tells stories. I love her voice. Even now, when I do my wrestling content on TikTok, people comment saying, I love this. I love how you tell stories. I loved it. And I feel like, and I know everything happens for a reason, but I feel like I could have done so much more if I didn't internalize her advice. So I would definitely tell my 15-year-old self to just don't let anybody take your voice, focus, lock in, and you are gonna be surprised at
Mm-hmm.
where you end up.
Okay.
You want to hear more of this episode and other episodes? Well, click the link down in the description box down below. And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe to the channel for more content. That being said, day by day, it's a better day. Smooth for life. We out.